Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 with USL Dunkerque. We're into the final three games of the season and we are on the outskirts of European football. There is a very slim chance that we could get European football. It requires Nantes, Marseille, Rennes, Lille and Lens to all mess up in some way, or two of them to mess up in some way, and us to win our final three games of the season. We are up against Nantes, Lorient and Auxerre. Nantes are currently in 4th place, Lorient and Auxerre slightly below us, Lorient in 14th, Auxerre in 11th. Hopefully we can, to be honest, I don't think we're going to get European football, but if we can get close, I'll be very happy with that. Since the last episode, obviously no matches have taken place. We did beat Dijon 2-0, which has put us on 50 points. We are guaranteed to be playing Ligue 1 football next season, which is a ridiculous surprise. Let's just jump straight into the Nantes game. Good news for us, Nantes are currently in poor form. They haven't won in the last 4 games, losing the last 3 as well. I think they've probably played quite big teams though. They've lost to Nice, Le Havre and Lyon, drawn with Bordeaux and beaten Auxerre. If we can get a nice good 3 points here, we could possibly move up to 7th place depending on how other results go. Toulouse against Lens is going to be a big one for us. Lille also, who are they playing? They are playing Bordeaux. Marseille and Rennes, also teams that are in and around us. Marseille against Guillaume. Marseille really should be winning that one. Rennes up against Auxerre. So, we just basically need to focus on our job. If we win the final 3 games of the season, we'll be on 59 points and hope someone else slips up somewhere and we can maybe sneak into 6th place. I don't know whether, if whoever is in the top 6, if one of them wins the Coupe de France or the Coupe de la Ligue, whether that would then drop down to 7th and 8th place, possibly, I don't know. We might be lucky to finish 7th and get Europe that way. The starting lineup we're going to go for then, in goal is going to be Calvin Matupa, Ferreira, Vanderlei, Bergerie and Zakharov as the back 4. Matijevic and Kamara will be the 2 defensive midfielders, with Simon Bogle getting a rare appearance this season on that right hand side. He's getting a rare appearance because we don't play central midfielders now, which is where he is actually best at. I'm training him up to be a right-sided midfielder. Ali returns as well to that left-hand side. Asai Antwi will be just behind Marco Vergara. Those two, I'm assuming, are best friends. And the good news is, Asai Antwi might be joining permanently at the end of the season, which is very useful. You might be wondering what's happened to Thomas Ramon, the Spaniard that we signed from Sevilla. He's currently playing for the reserves. He's okay, but I think in terms of the players that we've currently got, I think Vergara clearly is our best striker. We've also got players like Gvim Radza, Viral, Acuna as well. Some of these don't even get close to the subs bench. So Ramon today is on the bench, so he might come on at some point. Kamara with the ball for us, 5 minutes in, across to Ferreira. Crosses in, Simon Bogle back to Asai Antwi, takes a few touches, goes for goal, but hits it over the bar. 10.5 minutes now on the clock. Kamara with the ball finds Zakharov. Kamara once again. Ali gets it this time. Ali across. Asai Antwi turns, gets a bit of space, goes for goal and almost puts that into the back of the net. We're getting close. Already another highlight. Zakharov, terrible throw. Nantes can now possibly break free. Breton all the way at the back though, plays a questionable ball across their defence. Godoy though can run forward with the ball for Nantes to Civelli, goes for goal. Matupa manages to save it. It's rolled off for a corner. Carvalho steps up to take the corner. It's towards the 6-yard box, cleared. Godoy though gets the ball for Nantes. Maiziane, maybe, with the ball. 2 players on him. Ali steals the ball away, and that does end the highlight. So far, I think it's been fairly even. We've had a few more shots. Bergerie to Zakharov. Zakharov tries to get it down that left-hand side and does just about find Ali, who then gets taken out by 2 Nantes players, and Civelli is now going towards the goal. It is going to be a penalty, and that is harsh. We got the ball. We got the ball there. Vanderlei gives away a penalty. Matupa, can he finally save a penalty? I don't think he's ever done it so far playing for us. It is 1-0 to Nantes, and I don't think that's particularly fair. Half an hour now on the clock. We're still having loads of shots, but none of them are actually going on target. None of them are highlight worthy either. Looks like it's going to be 1-0 at half time unless a highlight happens in the next 2 minutes. It did not. It is 1-0 to Nantes. We are not doing very well. Let's give them an aggressive team talk, because genuinely that is one of our worst performances in the first half since changing to this formation. So hopefully the angry team talk might kick them up the arse a little bit to actually put in a performance in the second half. Early highlight, Ferreira to Bogle, Asai Antwi into the area, across to Ali, and Ali has equalised. Is it going to count? I have a feeling he might have been offside. It doesn't look like it. It is 1-1, Ali with the equalising goal. He loves scoring at the moment. That's his 7th of the season. In other matches, Rennes, I believe, are winning. Nantes obviously drawing with us at the moment, so Nantes have dropped down a position. Matajevic is getting himself a straight red card there, isn't he? Wonderful. Just what we really need. When we really want to win some games, we get players getting sent off. Right, Asai Antwi, I'm sorry, buddy, but you're going to have to drop into that space. I don't know how well this is going to work. Right, Leone on. Swap you two over? Nope, probably not. We'll have you that way round. I don't know how well this is going to work with no one in that space. Probably not very well, so we're probably going to have to try and hold out for a 1-1 draw. Into the final 15 minutes, Nantes have managed to bring on a wonder kid, apparently. I don't know how they've got one of those sat on the bench. We have to play ours. Into the final 5 minutes, still nothing happening, though. I will take a point. It's not ideal, but I will take a point. Throw on for Nantes. Maizien tries to cross it in. Breton gets the ball. They are getting the ball away. Good job, Zakharov. It is 1-1. It's not ideal. Our final home game of the season, possibly our final ever home game at Stade Marcel Tribut as well, has ended in a 1-1 draw. I'm glad Ali managed to score a goal because the second half was pretty boring. So that point keeps us in 10th place in the table. I say keeps. Did it move us up? Move us down? I don't know. We're in 10th place in the table. That's all that matters. We are now 2 games away from the end of the season and 6 points off of Europe. It's not going to happen, is it? It's really not going to happen. Matijevic is going to get himself a fine. He accepts his fine. Good job. The penultimate game of the season then, 13th place, Lorient, who are on very poor form apart from the last match where they managed to beat Cannes 1-0. Okay, great. We really could do with picking up some points here, but the chances of us getting Europe is now impossible. Okay, apparently, what? How is this now impossible? We can't get Europe, basically. We might be able to finish 7th, if we're lucky. A few changes then to the starting 11. Daniel Gerrits is going to be playing the last couple of games of the season, bar injury. So, yep, he has come in for Calvin Matupa. Gérard Ferreira, Vanderlei, Bejoui and Zakharov will be the back four. Asan Kamara and Big Gids will be partnering each other in the middle of the pitch. Yannick Teixeira returns to the starting 11 with Ali on the left-hand side. Davor Vasic is going to be the attacking midfielder instead of Asai Antwi, and Vergara is going to stick with the striker role. Davor Vasic is a player who's a little bit versatile. He's mainly a central midfielder. I've been training him up to be a wide midfielder, but he can also play here as well. So I'm going to give him a try just behind the striker to see if it makes a difference. I suspect in the final match of the season, we are going to be playing a very rotated side, because if we've got nothing to play for and we're just playing for position, it doesn't matter if we lose, because there's no like financial benefit from finishing like 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. It's always the same. I've just seen Lorient have our midfielder Yoon Kyung-soo playing for them as well. Good job. Vasic with a free kick early on, 6 minutes just on the clock. Gay claims the ball, so the Lorient goalkeeper with the ball in his hands, what is he going to do? Kicks it long over the halfway line, straight to Gérard Ferreira though. Forward, find Teixeira. Yannick Teixeira runs down the right-hand side, skips past the tackle, back to Davor Vasic, the Montenegrin. Across to Kamara. Kamara tries to get it through, wins the ball back though. Through to Ali, goes for goal, taken a deflection, has a second chance and smashes it into the top corner. Ali is ridiculous. Why is this going to VAR? What happened? What's the VAR for? Ali scored. What could he have possibly done wrong? The goal is upheld. Okay, cool, that's fine. That's all I care about. I'm wondering whether maybe they thought he was offside or something? I don't know. Maybe that's what they thought. Maybe it was a handball. That is a ridiculously good volley for a second attempt on his other foot as well. That is a great goal. Yeah, they thought he might have been offside. That's fine, he wasn't. I'm not going to lie. That Ali goal might be one of my favourite goals we've scored all season. It was just so well taken. Big Gids has controlled the ball, runs, goes for goal, forces a save out of the goalkeeper. Big Gids came out of absolutely nowhere to do that. We are absolutely dominating Lorient at the moment, but we've only got one goal to show for it. Bejoui with a free kick. It's found Vergara at the back post. His 14th goal of the season. We are 2-0 up against Lorient. 7th place is still a possibility. I don't know what the results are elsewhere though. To be honest, I don't think we're ever going to get 7th, are we? Bejoui with another free kick. It's gone all the way through. It's going to be a penalty. It is going to be a penalty unless VAR decides otherwise. Who is stepping up to take it? I think this is Ali. It is Ali stepping up. Goes for goal into the bottom corner. It is 3-0. We are destroying Lorient. Ali now on a hat-trick, something I was never expecting to be able to say. Yoon Kyung-soo's also picked up a yellow card. Good job. Half-time, and we are dominating Lorient. I would like to see more. Like, we're having a lot of shots, but we've only scored 3, and one of them was a penalty. We've had, I think, 5 or 6 shots on target. 3 of them have gone in. Let's try and make it... I want to win 5-0. That's what I want to win. Throw on deep in the Lorient half. They take it up towards Wisser. Forward. Finds Gauthier. Across on the halfway line. Conface. Spreads out to Cabot on the right-hand side now. Lorient's playing around the ball quite nicely. Crosses in. Wisser's at the back post. It's 2-1. 3-1, sorry. Are Lorient going to find their way back into it? Probably. The way we play, we seem to concede 1 goal, and then a couple of minutes later, we'll concede another. Zakharov's throw finds Davor Vasic, kicks it straight into Giles. Yoon Kyung-soo, if you score against us, I'm not going to be very happy. Gauthier runs towards the left-hand side. Bejoui with a great tackle. Ferreira just about keeps it in place, saving the corner. Vanderlei across to Teixeira, who I was trying to sign at the end of the season. It's not going to happen. They want a lot of money for him. Big Gids now runs forward into space, and Yoon Kyung-soo's gone and got himself sent off against his parent club. What a bloody idiot. If he didn't want to play against us, he just could have said to his manager, I don't want to play against my parent team. Apparently he wanted to and gets sent off instead. Just before the hour mark, Vasic is coming off. He's not done particularly well, getting a 6.5. Do we do any other changes? I don't think so. I think we're comfortable at the moment. Although if they score another, I will start panicking. Into the final 10 minutes. Nothing's really happening in this second half. We are going to do a change. We're going to do Teixeira for Vittorio Leone, who very rarely gets a game. Is the match still going on in the background? I swear I've paused it. I haven't paused it. I've paused it now. Marco Vergara also going to come off for Thomas Ramon. Sure, we will do that. Don't think there was an actual highlight going on. No, there wasn't. We have got 3.5 minutes left to play. Visser with the ball goes for goal, and that came once again from a terrible throw-on from Ferreira. I'm wondering whether, because this is a downloaded formation, whether there's special throw-on techniques that they're trying to do, and it involves just throwing it as long as you possibly can to anyone who's actually a human. Big Gids with the ball in the centre circle. We've got 10 seconds left to play. Gets around his man. Finds Ali, who's on a hat-trick. He would love a hat-trick. He's not going to get it. Big Gids with the ball to Kamara. The highlight's still going on. Leone across to Big Gids. Gids probably should have just pulled the trigger. He didn't in the end. It is a 3-1 victory. That is good, but I think 7th place is now out of reach because I think Lens actually won their game. So 7th and 8th place is now out of reach. We are currently sat in 9th place. We can drop as low as 10th. That, I'd say, is a very, very good season. If we win, we will be on 57 points. That's how maths works. 57 points, which I think is ridiculously high compared to what I was expecting to be getting. Obviously, a defeat against Auxerre means we will possibly drop below Nice, depending on who Nice are playing. But 9th or 10th, that is a very good season. Final game of the season then, with nothing really on the line. It is actually our 400th game in charge of Dunkirk. I don't know whether that's 400 league games or 400 competitive games or 400 games including friendlies. I don't know. I think it's competitive games. Up against Auxerre, we've beaten them twice before. They've beaten us 4 times. They were obviously the team that came up with us a couple of years ago, weren't they? They were the team that were pushing us for the championship, and ultimately we bested them. So, final match of the season, which means let's play some weird players, shall we? Usually, I'd pick a lot more rotation than this, but we've gone for a fairly strong side, but there are some a bit questionable players in there. So in goal, it's going to be Daniel Gerrits. Alain Kamga, Pokravac Bejoui and Hugo Lafos will be the back 4. Matijevic will partner Big Gids in the middle of the pitch with Ahmed Musa on the right-hand side. Ali is going to keep his place on that left-hand side. Alan Varel is going to be playing just behind his strike partner from a few years ago, Levan Gvimradze. Gvimradze hasn't scored this season. He's got one more chance. Otherwise, I'm probably going to try and sell him in the summer. I don't know whether Auxerre are going for a strong side or not. Probably going for a fairly strong side because I don't think the AI kind of go, there's nothing to play for. We won't bother trying anything. Because, let's face it, like I said earlier, finishing 9th or 10th which is the two positions we can finish, it doesn't make any difference to us in the long run. Lafos with a throw finds Alan Varel, who's ridiculously deep. Matijevic gets tackled, and it's possibly going to be an opener for Auxerre. Kunga goes for goal, and it is 1-0 because Matijevic just misplaced his pass. Good start. Oh, we're going again, are we? From exactly the same place. Varel once again. Where is he going to go? This time, plays it across to Ahmed Musa. He's only got Gvimradze in front of him. Finds Levan Gvimradze. Is he going to put it in? He really should have got it past the goalkeeper, but Lunin holds on to the ball. 20 minutes now on the clock. Nothing really is happening. The only thing that's really gone on is that opening goal. 33 minutes on the clock. Ali picks up the ball on that left-hand side. He's got a couple of players in the middle. Jumps a slide tackle back to Hugo Lafos. Across to Matijevic. Alan Varel with some space. Goes for goal. He's rattled the underside of the crossbar. And Auxerre are very lucky to still be in front. Kamga to Varel. Across to Matijevic. Big Gids now with the ball. Gets round his man. Goes for goal. It is straight at the goalkeeper. Big Gids. I would love to see Big Gids score a goal today. Takes a corner. Bejouy's there at the front. Pokrovac's there at the back. He has got his second goal of the season. We are back on level terms with Auxerre. And we are very lucky because that wasn't the best of corners, was it? I think Bejoy hit the post. He did hit the post and it just rolls for Pokrovac. It was difficult for him to miss from there. Well, Levan Gvimradze and Alan Varel are doing such a good job of convincing me they still want to be at this club next season. A 6.5 and a 6.3. Gvimradze has had one chance and it was shocking. Right, prove a point. Yeah, just do what Yunus Kabul says. Levan's got until the 60th minute. On the 60th minute, Thomas Ramon will be coming on. Throw on for Kamga towards Varel. Gets round his man. Crosses in. Ali's at the back and Ali's done it again. He is on absolute fire. His 10th goal of the season. We are 2-1 up against Auxerre now. Alan Varel with the assist. How have we turned this around? How's Ali so good now? He wasn't the best when we signed him. The countdown for Levan Gvimradze's Dunkerque career is on. This is his final chance, isn't it? His final chance to do something. Otherwise, he's getting substituted. And that's probably the last we'll ever see of him. Kunga with the ball for Auxerre. Plays it up on the left-hand side to Roach. Is he going to cross it in? He does cross it in, but no one's there. Lafos can clear it. Why did he not get a shout to just control it? No one was around him. Johansson to Girardet. Sure, Johansson crosses in at the back post. Is Kunga once again. And every time we play them, Kunga scores. He scored twice in this one now, hasn't he? Well, that's Levan done. On comes Thomas Ramon. We're also going to do Hugo Lafos for Brandon Collignon and Alan Kamga for Vanderlei. There you go, all the subs. Picking off the worst three players. We've had 3 shots against us and they've scored twice. Let's give them a demand more. Because, well, we're not dropping down. We are dropping down. We are actually dropping down on goal difference. That's not good. Oh, I said earlier that I'm not too fussed about finishing 9th or 10th. I'd rather finish 9th. That's where I want to finish. Highlights in the 88th minute, and it looks like it's Auxerre with the ball. Juland across to Lacazette. Across to Kunga on a hat-trick. Holds up play, gets tackled by Vanderlei, the Brazilian, who's playing as a right-back. Why aren't you passing it? Finds Musa. We're going all the way back to the goalie, aren't we? Gerrits, what are you doing, Gerrits? What is happening here? This is just a mess of a highlight. Musa with the ball now. Forward finds Thomas Ramon. Across. Vanderlei just about keeps it in. Crosses in. Ali's there. Doesn't get the ball. Matijevic gets it. Big Gids controls back to Matijevic. Vanderlei in the area. Crosses in. Ali's there. And Ali's effort is just over the bar. That could have been his second of the game. And it could have been the winner. 5 seconds left of the season to play, and it is going to be a 2-2 draw against Auxerre. I can't see anything coming from this final highlight. It's a bit crap. It's a bit disappointing, isn't it? Because we were the better side. If you look at the match stats, 16 shots, 10 on target. They scored twice with their 9 and 6. Admittedly, 9 and 6 actually is quite good by the end of it, but both of their goals came when they only had 3. So how did Nice get on? Oh, we finished 9th. Okay, Nice clearly lost their game. Who were they playing against? Where are Nice? I can't see them. They were playing Lille. Okay, an 87th minute penalty equaliser means that we do finish 9th place in the table. That is a ridiculously good season. Next year is going to be very tough to try and top that, isn't it? So the season is now over. We're going to go forward like we always do, probably to around mid-June, I reckon. And then hopefully we'll have all the end of season awards and all that lot. And I want to find out, before the end of this episode, if possible, what's happening with the stadium. Because the 22nd of June next year is when it should be built and finished. So I want to find out. Let's go to the 22nd of June this year maybe and see if we've got any news about it. So we've got our end of season awards. Best 11 is still playing the 4-4-2 diamond. Anybody new to join Pokrovac and Bejoui have both gone in there as the two central defenders. I think that is about it, isn't it? Yeah. Cyril Mercier has proudly announced that 2 players have been considered good enough to enter the Dunkerque overall best 11. So yeah, Bejoui and Pokrovac in the middle there. End of season awards. I feel like every single award probably needs to go to Bejoui. He gets Fans Player of the Year. He scores goal of the season. Calvin Matupa signing in the season. That's kind of reasonable. He was our number 1 goalkeeper for most of the year. Asan Kamara, young player of the season. Starting 11 or best 11. Matupa, Lafosse, Pokrovac, Bejoui and Ferreira. To be honest, that's the normal lineup, isn't it? That is our most common lineup, so that makes sense that is the best lineup. Vergara, top goal scorer, highest average rating, 7.3 for Bejoui. 4 assists for Kamara, Asayantwi, Vergara and Konstantin Zakharov. Kamara, loads of passes. He loves to pass accurately. That's kind of one thing he does really well. Bejoui, 7 man of the matches. Joe Ferrari, Ali and Matijevic with 8 yellow cards. Matijevic, Kamga and Bogle with a red card each. Let's have a look then at this free kick that Abdelkadir Bejoui scored. If it's not a free kick, I'm going to be very surprised because all he ever does is score free kicks. How far out is it going to be? It's reasonable. The left footer puts it into the bottom corner. It wasn't great. I'd say Ali's goal from earlier in this episode was better than that. Season review then, I'm assuming. That says that we've overachieved. So we sunk to as low as 16th earlier on in the campaign. But yeah, top half finish. Where are they now? We don't care about that. Hierarchy, don't care. End of season team meeting. Right. Now this is difficult. Because if I say avoid relegation, they're not going to be happy. If I say mid-table, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Mid-table. Top half. We got top half this year, but there was a bit of a guess. Let's go mid-table, see what they say. Good. Everyone is happy with that. That is perfect. That is the sort of reaction that we wanted. Still don't understand why players get annoyed. Well, we've got our wage budget and transfer budget for next season. £425,000 a week. Transfer budget of just 265k. Let's have a quick comparison. We are currently spending about 413,000. So, yeah, that kind of seems fair. And we've delayed recommended stadium expansion. We might be building a new one, so it's probably a good idea that we don't waste money expanding our current one. We are on to the 7th of June now. We're a couple of days before the transfer window opens. We've got a little bit more news, so we've avoided a tax hit because we always lose lots of money. We have picked up a little bit more money from a sponsorship deal. That is good. That's gone up a lot. Okay. Money is going up for everything, apart from the ones that really don't matter. Competition prize money. Yeah, well, we got to a final. That kind of makes sense why we've dropped a hell of a lot this year. Scouting budget. That's a lot of money on scouting. We're probably going to shift most of that into our transfers and then wage budget at some point. I think we are going to end this episode and this season here. The transfer window has just opened. I've already sold a player. I've already had a couple of offers for some players as well. So I'm going to have to end it here. Next year, we're going to have to push for Europe. And I don't think we need to strengthen too many positions. If we can keep hold of Bejoui, if we can keep hold of Matijevic, if we can keep hold of Vergara, if we can keep hold of Matupa, we've got the spine. That is a very good spine through the middle there. Obviously, Asayantwi has joined on a permanent deal, so that's good. I don't think we need to buy too many players. Maybe a right midfielder. That's about it. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. And I'll be back next time with Season 10 with USL Dunkerque.